wait for you to rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We did have discipline motions, but we did not entertain them yet, which brings us, so we will not be making a motion for discipline, which brings us to the consent agenda and agenda approval. We will amend the agenda and consent agenda to add an item that we will not, after we are done with our open session, we will go back into closed session for the purposes of student discipline. And then after that, we will go back into open session only to address discipline motions. No further action will be taken. So that is the amendment to the agenda. So do I have a motion to approve this agenda, including the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other corrections or additions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Mrs. Holler?
Yes.
Dr. Ashton?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. Thank you. First of all, thank you all for coming this evening. We know that there are better things to do, but you can just watch this meeting later again. So, it's always there and available. That brings us to public comments. I'm looking through to see if there's nothing remarkable to talk about in there. So let's go to public comments, and I think we have none. I love this meeting. Okay, that brings us to item number 6, human resources. I have a motion here. I have a motion to approve the resolution for the dismissal of educational support personnel, employee Stacy Hernley, for reasons other than reduction in force effective immediately. I'm taking these separately. There will be 2 motions. I move that we take action on this. May I have a second?
Second?
Roll call vote, please.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Mrs. Holler?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Dr. Ashton?
Yes. I will also make the motion to approve the resolution for the dismissal of educational support personnel employee Daniel Richards for reasons other than reduction in force effective immediately. May I have a second for that?
Second.
I have a motion and a second on Daniel Richards. Roll call votes, please.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Holler?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Dr. Ashton?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. Thank you very much. That brings us to item 7, early learning. A lot of information. We're ready to be informed.
Good evening, Board. Dr. Geddes, Chris Rice, Director of Early Learning, and I have an informational item for you this evening in regards to the early childhood program. So I just want to give you a little update. In November, the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services issued an updated policy statement on the importance of inclusion in the childhood programs. The updated policy is divided into 2 main sections, one at the state level, which is decision-making, and looking at some of the local decision-making with the overall mission statement to emphasize that states and local providers that the need for improving the inclusivity of early childhood programming. Now, early childhood education and care funding are both likely to expand at the local and national level. I'll talk a little bit about the numbers here in a few minutes. One recommendation at the state level is for improving access to early childhood programming. Also highlighted in the policy statement is the need for states to evaluate how programs for early childhood are funded. Looking at stresses the need for local childhood programs to follow an early learning standards guide with their curriculum and instruction for students, including students with disabilities. Encourages more professional development for providers in the areas of social-emotional supports and behavior supports. And encourages the state to review actions by the IEP teams to monitor their decisions so that students can be placed in the least restrictive environment. Also encourages LEAs and local programs to work with some of the Head Start programs and private-based programs, and to collaborate to make sure that all at-risk students are receiving support. So what's this mean to Danville District 118? This is pretty much what we do. We have a lot of these initiatives already in place. We do a great job of providing supports and services to our at-risk students. Where I think we need to start thinking outside the box, kind of looking forward, is are we providing supports to all of our students in our community? So just to give you a little idea, we have 274 students enrolled in our pre-K programs here in Danville right now. We have 145 students on our waiting list. So that doesn't mean that all of those students are just being denied a chance for the program. I'll give you an example. Maybe a student is 3 years old after screening and says, when we're 4, we'll join the program in August next year. Or some of those parents might choose to bring in walk-in services to be provided. But we do not have spots, for everybody in our community, for sure. And that's not just a Danville thing. That's our county, the state of Illinois. Governor Pritzker's putting a lot of money into early childhood. What we have to think about is, a lot of those students will be kindergarten students next year. So not everybody's going to have that foundation skills in place when they head to kindergarten. So just things for us to be thinking about moving forward. So again, it's information only, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Okay. Second item, if I can move ahead for information only as well, is just an update for you guys for our Grow Your Own program here in District 118. Remember, our Grow Your Own program provides tuition for students interested in going into the field of education, and in return will come back and work for our district. I have a little handout for you, if we can just pass it down the line as I finish up talking. If you remember, I came to the board last year and we agreed to add a couple additional graduating classes to our Grow Your Own program. So we currently have students between the graduating classes of 2020 and 2023, and we have 26 students participating in the Grow Your Own program right now. Of those students, 8 of those students have selected secondary education as their field of study. I have 4 students in early childhood coursework, 4 in elementary education, 3 school psychologists, and then we have anything from PE, music, art, social workers, special education. We will have staff or students to fill all of our vacant positions here in the next few years, hopefully. So to give you kind of an idea, as we get into fiscal year 25, that's where the kids are in their program, we'll have 3 students ready to come back and work for District 118, and the following year we will have 17 students ready to come back and work for us. So we're about a year to 2 years away, but we're having a good group come through, and hopefully we can.
So are we gonna have to have retirement incentives for?
I don't know.
That's a joke.
One
Don't
thing,
print that.
I will come to you in the future to kind of look at, do we want to continue the program with our upcoming graduation?
So that really is the question
Yep.
that the board will need to give directors. My conversations with the seniors start third week of school, January, and we'll need to know if we are going to continue our Grow Your Own offerings.
Currently, we're funding the Grow Your Own program through our vacancy grant. There's 2 years remaining in that, but a lot of our grants are ending soon, so we'll have to look at the financial impact of that as well. So.
Do the students have an option to buy out? Can they pay back? They have the option to pay back?
If the students choose to not come back and take advantage of the program, then yes, they would have to pay back the money that we covered in their tuition cost.
I'd like to see that play out.
We actually have had one who has already done so.
Yep.
She started off, she was our student librarian at Danville High School, and started off in education, and then after her first year at DAC, she decided it wasn't for
Had
her,
to change.
and she came and changed, and she paid us her money back.
I think that should impact our decision about whether to continue the program or not, with how many of the kids choose to do that.
Well, so far, out of our 26, we've had 1.
Okay, that's good.
All right, thank you.
She's so nervous, but you got, you're not, okay, I love it.
Good
Oh,
evening.
I do, I'm sorry, I had a question. Do you have any idea, this is our public pre-K that we're talking about. We also have private pre-K in the county also. Do you know how many slots that are available for that? Do you have an idea?
Not very many. I mean, I can tell you, like, some schools in the county have gone to a full day program.
Yeah.
Like Potomac, and they're full. Westville, I know, expanded their program and have no seats available, so it's, most of the spots in Vermillion County are full.
I mean, like
Yeah,
the,
realize
I mean,
also
like the
it's,
Catholic, like the Lutheran and the, yeah, the private ones. Do you know,
Not sure.
do they have a sizable hunk or, I don't, okay. I mean, we should look at that and see what kind of impact that, I mean, cause that does have an impact on what we do also and their continuity, but, okay, thanks. That hit me during your presentation, I'm sorry. Sorry, go on.
Good evening. I'm Molly Bailey, Director of Special Education, and with me tonight I have Kim Frazier, who is a special education teacher and the STEP coordinator at Danville High School. And we are very excited to be here tonight. The Danville High School Viking Perks Coffee Shop has been in existence for 10 years. The shop allows students to work in a supported environment that teaches vocational skills, social skills, functional skills, money skills, all kinds of things prior to employment. So we kind of give them those skills. We have job coaches, we have the teachers right there. And that started just at Danville High School. And then we started taking the show on the road and started going to schools, and it comes out across the street to the Jackson building. But Ms. Frazier has a vision for more for our students. And I think that it's a great opportunity. You know, we all, as the STEP coordinator, she also finds job placement for students out in the community. That's becoming increasingly difficult.
Yeah.
And so we hire many of the students in our food service department, in our buildings and grounds department. We have one student who's doing some office type skills at Southview. So we're paying these students, they're learning, and sometimes then we can hire for them as full employment after they graduate. But Ms. Frazier has a vision for more for our students, and I want her to tell you about that.
Hi. Well, I have lots of ideas and actually thought this would be really cool for the district, and it would create a lot of opportunities since we do take the coffee shop and travel. We travel to at least 2 or 3 schools. We do go to the Jackson building, and it's a really nice thing for the schools that we go to. But we have to take about 4 Keurigs with us and haul it in our cars and haul the kids. And I thought, this would be a really good idea to have a coffee trailer, like a food trailer, the full meal deal. What it could do is create a lot of opportunities. Currently, it's run out of my classroom, which is great, but my classroom, you know, we work with about 3 job coaches and about 3 or 4 students, depending each day. There's not a ton of room. I think the coffee cart trailer actually is the next big thing. It's a global expansion. Everybody's got food trucks, coffee trucks, they're everywhere. I think our students, to be able to work in that environment is going to be a really great thing. The things that they'll learn, they'll improve hard and soft skills. They will increase self-efficacy because I'll have a sense of ownership and responsibility, because right now it's just a very small operation, but it could be so much more. My idea for the coffee truck trailer would be to take it on the road and to go to every school to do district events such as registration, where we have lots of families coming in and out. We could even go out into the community as well. It's a good bridge. The current students that are working coffee shop, They are life skill students and they are 100% independent with it. We literally have gotten to them to the point where we just step back. If there's a little snafu sometimes with ordering, we will step in. I have one student that we just call him the manager and one that's a supervisor. He picks up on if there's mistakes, if things get put on the wrong cart to be delivered. So there's the impact of that is he can transition into a full-time job. He can transition into working at Starbucks. That's what he wants. The other child would like to work at Mad Goat. And it's not just coffee. I mean, that's where it started. We have a lot of students working food service right now, and they're doing a really great job. They're working 2 to 3 hours every day. And that all starts in my room, basically. STEP program is definitely expanding. We have more students than we've ever had. I thank you for giving me a third job coach because there's no way we can make it happen without 3. I don't know to me, the expansion also goes into cross-cat kids and maybe even some gen ed because we're going to need to market, we're going to need to do advertising, we're going to need to do all kinds of things with this, which can play into other classes at DHS. So, I don't know. Do you have any questions? Is that good?
Well, so the recommendation you have a whole presentation there. Ms. Fraser has done a ton of work on this and a lot on the back end. So the recommendation right now is for a trailer that she has found that would be amazing. It is slightly used, but the benefit of that is this. It's only been used 7 times, first of all. But the benefit is it comes with a generator and the cords and all the things. And I don't know if you can tell in the pictures that you have in front of you, but there's a little thing on the back so it could be wheelchair accessible. The counter, the wheelchairs could go under. And it is a lot cheaper than if we went brand new. And this one's a little bigger, I think, than we even talked about when we talked to Dr.
That
Gaddis.
particular trailer, it's in Covington, Indiana, and they got in the business and they're selling it because they have 4 grandkids on the way. And they've decided that there's nothing wrong with the trailer. It's all Illinois certified, Vermilion County certified. They've used it. It was a bagel trailer. They've used it 7 times. And that particular trailer has a covered porch on the back. So when we're talking about expansion, we would like to expand into being able to do food out of it as well. Like a little bistro doing bagels, things like that, any kind of bakery items. That would be really helpful for storage and things, but it also allows us to have access for our students that have mobility issues. They can do that and get in that trailer, but it's local and it's already certified. And then there's a second trailer in the presentation that I've gotten a quote from Carol Stream, Advantage Trailers. And a brand new one, you pretty much build it. It is
Approximately 38,000
38
for a
brand new,
smaller one that doesn't have
and it's smaller.
all those other things already included, the certifying, the cords, the generator. So approximately just under $30,000 for the trailer. Of course, we want to Viking wrap it because we want people to know that is the Viking perks, and that's probably $2,000, I'm guessing. I have to rely on people sometimes to help with some of these things. I talked to Skip as well. And then a point of sale system, because if you're going to take orders, you need a point of sale system. Besides that, we want them to be able to transfer the skill to the next step. The point of sale system would be the same like they use at MadGo. I mean, it would be the exact same thing. Pretty much. Very similar. There's variations of them, but they're all those systems. And then I'd probably have to come back another time, but I would like to use Medicaid funds to purchase a van to be able to pull it so that we're not relying on someone else's vehicle. A van that could be accessible for students, that we could take the students with us to wherever we're traveling to. And I can secure that with Medicaid funding. So the recommendation now would be approximately $35,000 for the trailer, Viking wrap, and point of sale system.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for approval of the trailer, wrap, and POS. And your total was what? What,
Approximately 35,000. By the time the trailer is 29,500.
yeah,
A wrap, I estimated about 2,000.
Okay.
And the point of sale is about 16.
let's say not to exceed $35,000, okay, up to
Yep.
$35,000, so everyone knows what it is. Okay, any questions or comments? You're voting?
How many students will this involve, will be involved with this?
I think we will be able to add several students. I mean, with the marketing and the advertising and inventory, I would say 10 to 15 for sure. And first expansion, maybe more as we add things.
Okay.
Did I hear you say also that for the future, once this is snowballing, that there's a possibility of you going to other events?
That's the goal.
I'm glad to hear that. 'Cause I got
Well-
a couple events in mind, but I
I think it's a great opportunity for us to bridge the gap between school and a future for our students.
Well, and
the
now-
transition pieces there.
It's wonderful, but our staff, sometimes they know the kids, and so that the kids are comfortable, but we want to teach the social skills. We want them to be able to handle somebody in the community while we're there to be able to support that before, Now it's mostly our staff that sees the students and that interact. And so that next step would be, let's support them as they learn those social skills, as they take that next step, so that then we can hopefully help them be employed elsewhere once they graduate.
Gotcha.
Also, I'm sure Mr. Truex would be happy because the last time they were at the Jackson Building, we blew a fuse twice with the Keurigs. We had to plug in separate areas.
Coffee for everybody. Okay, so you have before you the motion for coffee trailer purchase up to $35,000.
I had one
really
question. The money that they bring in, does it go back to your program?
That's what supports it.
Okay.
We currently, we just,
It's not.
it's,
Sometimes special education funding has to support it. We get funding from the Knights of Columbus each year for students with disabilities, and that because right now they're not selling it for very much, $1, because with just coffee out of a Keurig, it's not feeling like you could want to pay much more than that, right? So the idea is with some better equipment, then we can raise prices that will actually continue to
Got a latte
support
machine.
itself, that kind of thing. Because right now, you buy most of it, but every once in a while she'll come and say, "Okay, I need some more supplies." So we have to kind of support
We
it.
basically go around town figuring out where it's on sale, and we'll just grab it while we're at
Is it
Sam's.
possible to get sponsors, outside the district to help, with the financial aspect? Cause it sounds like a wonderful idea.
Mhm.
Is that possible? Or
If
is
that's
it-
what you ask us to do, we can try.
We talked about going to Mad Goat and getting a signature
Well,
brew.
everybody loves to go to Royal Donut because they have a signature brew. So we want a Viking brew. So I think that would be awesome to talk to Mad Goat if they would, so then we could have that coffee in the thing. We have lots of great ideas.
What's the coffee good?
The Royal Donut blend,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
is
that you all are doing now.
right now we have
Yeah.
K-cups. So, whatever's on sale at the county market, K-cups.
We
But-
actually do about
They
28
do have good
different
ones. They have lots of-
coffees,
mhm.
flavored coffees and things.
and hot
it's-
chocolate and whatever the case might be. So
We'll hopefully step this up too.
That's right.
Yeah, the quality
Yeah.
level is gonna improve. Okay, any further questions or comments? Seeing none, you're voting on coffee trailer up to $35,000. Roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Holland?
Yes.
Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Corbett?
Yes.
Dr. Ashton?
Yes, motion passes 7-0.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
We will invite you as soon as it's open.
Yeah, the
Bring it to
van.
the board meeting.
The van,
What time frame on the van?
I'll get Mr. Truex will help me do the process of the van.
Okay, because
be
I
back, I'm
mean,
sure.
we can practice in the trailer and, you know, but we need to
Yes.
move this around.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, that's fantastic.
I would offer my wife's car. It has a trailer hitch on it. Oh, yeah, okay. Sure, she's watching now.
You're driving
Oh,
it.
my car, huh?
Did you hear Pastor Miller?
No, what?
Don't mess up your Christmas.
It's thank you, Pastor. Intergovernmental agreement between the police. Is that why he's standing back there?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. You will vote
He's
yes.
yes,
Yes.
for sure.
What do you have for us?
Merry Christmas,
Thank
Board
you.
of Education, Dr. Geddes.
Oh.
Merry Christmas to Danville High School. I'm excited. It really is a wonderful life for students with varying needs. Appreciate your vote. That's awesome. I'm here tonight. It's actually for approval for 3 different approvals. The first one is with the city of Danville. It's a reciprocal reporting agreement. We've had this agreement for years with the city police department, and it's really a freedom to share information back and forth. So if they're aware of any students, crime, whatever within the community, they speak to us, and we let them know of anything going on in our schools as well. So I ask for your approval tonight for that agreement.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on this? It's essential we have this in place so we can share information, and we need to do it many times very quickly. So instead of going through, nice to have the agreement in place. Roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Fowler?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Ms. Payne? Yes. Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon? Yes. Dr. Ashton?
Yes, motion passes 7-0.
Number 2, this is the same thing. It's the intergovernmental agreement, reciprocal agreement with the Vermillion County Sheriff's Department. And again, it's to be able to share information with the Sheriff's Department. We do work closely with them as well. Typically, it's outside of the city of Danville, Chilton, for instance, and sometimes up north. So we do work with the Vermillion County Sheriff's Department as well. And again, this is to be able to exchange information quickly sometimes.
Okay.
So I ask for your approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for intergovernmental agreement for Vermillion County Sheriff Department. Roll call vote, please.
Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Mrs. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley? Yes. Mrs. Fowler?
Yes.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Dr. Ashton?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. You have more?
And number 3, the intergovernmental agreement with the Danville Police Department for school resource officers. As you know, we have 3 resource officers now, 1 at Northridge, 1.5. Still not sure what that looks like at Danville High School, and half at Bailey Academy. This would add the 4th resource officer, so we would add that to Southview at this time. Right now, we pay 75% of salary and benefits for 3 of our officers. That would continue. The 4th officer, we would pay 100% of the salary and benefits. This time, with training being what it is, and there are, I don't know what they are, officers in training, I guess, at the academy. And so this person would not be ready to be in place until August at the earliest, maybe September, October next year. So I ask for your approval.
So
What's-
moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Yes. I really think we need more than 4. I would like to see more SROs in our district. I would like to see one that was able to float between the elementary schools and one at each of our larger buildings. I'd like to see one at high school, at least one, and one at Northridge, one at Southview, and one at KDBA, without KDBA having to share. And then at least one that I think we need 5 at minimum. As school safety's like, I mean, I know we take it seriously here, but I just think we need more, and I would like this board to consider that going forward.
And I share your desire. And I've met with Chief Yates on multiple occasions, and right now, this is what the city is able to afford us because of training, qualified candidates. So, going forward, again, you know, we would have to plan probably 9 to 12 months in advance. And I believe this group that will graduate will actually fill their force. So there would be a possibility after this group graduates. So I meet with him next Tuesday, and I will share the desire if the board so wishes.
Well, as we are planning out 9 to 12 months, then perhaps we can look at having more safety for our students that way. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The rationale for our reimbursement of 100% as opposed to 75 is?
A lot of it is equipment costs, to be quite honest. I mean, the SROs have cars, you know, police cars. They have, you know, their radios, their equipment, their whatever computer in the cars. And for the most part, we're the ones using those and getting the benefits from those things. So that is truly the rationale. Vacations are typically taken by SROs during the summer. So they typically are not as helpful to the Danville Police Department as the city would like. So the use is really, the majority of their time is spent in the school district.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Anything else? This is a topic that is quite popular now about, and I think our officers are going to be very valuable commodities. And I've heard all sorts of discussions about retirement law enforcement, people from military, all sorts of very creative ideas to supplement school safety, which I'm sure we're going to have a discussion about that. Because I concur with you, Shannon, more is better. And there's been talk about every school should have a resource officer
Yes.
in the state of Illinois. So if that happens, that's going to change the environment for us also. But at least we're, again, ahead of the trend, because 15, 20 years ago, you never even heard of what a school resource officer was. And now we found out how valuable they are, and it seems to be well embraced by everybody. So thank you for that. So with that, if there are no other comments, we're voting on SRO. Motion's on the floor. Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Kane?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Elder Park?
Yes.
Pastor Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrader?
Yes.
Mrs. Fowler?
Yes.
Dr. Ashton?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Thank you very much. You may be seated. I've always wanted to say that. It sounds like we're in church.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, Pastor Miller, that's our church, so.
Pastor Ashton.
Yeah. Oh, uh-oh.
Pastor Ashton.
We are item number 12, informational items.
Yes, I want to share a note from Brandy Kucheski. She is our homeless liaison. She wanted to take a moment to share that with a collective effort on so many wonderful District 118 employees, retired employees, the various departments, and yes, even our students, we were able to successfully provide gifts for 125 Danville District 118 students. We have what an amazing family that we have here and how we wrap around one another. Thank you to everyone who was able to share in this endeavor and help it to be a success. It's just a wonderful thing to see the love and how we come together for our family and our children. So thank you for that, and thanks for Brandy for sharing that information. Outside of that, I just want to say have a great holiday season. Lord Jesus, we have to get through 2 more days. We are praying for peace for these last 2 school days before the break. And everyone go home and rest and recharge, and we will be back in 2024 to do it better than last time.
Awesome. Let's go, that's your superintendent comments
That's
also?
it, that's all.
All right, let's go right to left. Mrs. Corley?
I went to the Grinch play last night, and it was the cutest thing. I understand they traveled some of the elementary schools, and the kids did such a phenomenal job. It was just a really cute program, and I was happy I was able to see it. Mr. Legg for Northeast Holiday Program, it too was very sweet to watch. Kids do a phenomenal job. I didn't know they were going to pull the parents up on stage, so thank you for that, Mr. Legg. And Mr. Bretz came to the archery tournament in Centennial, and the kids didn't know he was coming. So they were so excited to go out and see their principal in the stands, and he came over and cheered them on, and I just wanted to thank him. That was just such a, he didn't have to do that, and I just wanted to thank him for that. And the last thing, I wanted to thank Ms. Fluno. She met with us about getting archery at Southview. So we want to open that program up to our Southview students. So we met with her, and we are moving forward with that. So a little plug there for those students as well. So with that, Merry Christmas, and that's all I have.
I would just simply want to say, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you as you take this opportunity to get some rest. And I pray that you have got all your Christmas shopping done. And if you have not, shame on you. But I also, this coffee trailer, that's a blessing to be able to have our young people learn and work in that capacity. But I truly do believe that once you're up and running, I do have some places I would love for you to come and share here in the city. I can share one with you now. And on April the 8th and the 7th, it's a Thursday and a Friday. You're gonna have to just pick out the date. You don't have to go far. You just got to go right over here to Allen Chapel. Amen. And you can set up your stand over there. I've got some people coming in from Iowa and Illinois. The churches that I oversee, they're coming here for my conference. And so I would love to have you all come with those young people and to show them what's happening here in the city of Danville, and they can go back and tell their community what's happening here. So I thank you for what you're doing for our young people in particular. So God bless you all, and have a marvelous, marvelous holiday season.
Well, kudos to you, Ms. Frazier, on everything you're doing with your students there. And I also am ready to go and grab some coffee from your kids. I'm Mr. Rice. Thank you for sharing with us the Grow Your Own information. That is really exciting stuff. It sounds like the program is great. I hope we continue funding it. We just need to find a way. If it's up to me, I'm not the only one, but I'm really proud of those kids, and I just want to thank again and honor Miss Gladys Davis, who that was always her heart to really do that Grow Your Own program. She was up here just constantly saying we needed it, so we did it, Miss Gladys. I want to congratulate the Madrigals, the DHS Madrigal singers. They were all over the place this season, and they did such a good job. Really, really proud of that group of kids. They also sang with the Danville Barbershop that last weekend, so they really represented our school well. We did it. We made it through another year, you guys. For those of you who are DHS students, take a breath, but don't take a full break, I guess, because you have finals coming up. So don't forget everything you learned. Bring your books or bring your materials home and study if you can bear that. Everyone have a safe break, and have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
I echo much of everything that they said. I do want to say, first of all, thank you, administrators, and thank you, teachers. As the year winds down, the kids get crazier, and you are dealing with a lot, and you're doing really a yeoman's job, so thank you for that. That said, however, echoing what Shannon said, our students that are out there in the community representing Danville District 118 so well. And at the barbershop concert, they said, Ms. Linval said when they were walking off the stage, this is Danville High School. We want you all to know this is Danville High School, no matter what else you might read. And she's absolutely right. Those kids represented us so well and so professionally. And all of the music kids, the sports kids, always with their good sportsmanship. We do have some fine kids. So happy holidays to all of you as you celebrate, and a nice relaxing break.
I would just like to say to Mr. Rice, I believe you got 2 votes right now for Grow Your Own. And I'm sure you got more, but you know, this is absolutely a great program that we need to continue to grow our own. We have students in our community that absolutely know the community, familiar with the community. This is home. And we are encouraging them with this Grow Your Own program. So definitely in support that we continue with the Grow Your Own program. I'm really glad for this semester and the teams that work to get the contract for our teachers and everything that would help our school to continue to move forward. I was glad, and I'm hearing that some of the bonus money and pay raises are coming right at the right time, so they can shop and bless their families. Again, everybody on the board, just grateful to be a part of the board and working here with you. Praying you all have a wonderful Christmas and holiday time, and everybody will be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank the administrators, teachers. It's been a long few months between settling the contract and everything else going on. But yet and still, staff and administrators, they endure and plug right on along. I'm loving this idea of the coffee trailer. It could be because I like coffee all the time, but it's an excellent idea that will enhance a number of our students' lives. With Mr. Rice echoing Pastor Miller, growing your own, it's going to make a huge difference. What do you see, in 25, 26, we'll have new people?
20 by that point.
25. Okay, that's excellent. And I like having homegrown people back working in our schools. I wish everyone a happy holiday and plenty of rest, because soon 2024 will be kicking off, and who knows. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Yes, I'm happy about the coffee. I don't like coffee at all.
Oh, no.
It's okay, yeah, I don't like it at all. It smells, no, it smells great. You can't put enough sugar in it to get there, but maybe they can, okay? I'll give it a shot. But just want to say, we like it so much because it was part of the board's vision to expand opportunities for special education. So obviously we're going to love this, and we thank you. We thank you. I thank the board members for this, and it looks like a win-win for everybody, and we're really excited to see it. When that gets wrapped, I'm sure we're going to get a picture of that, and we'll see. And maybe we'll just pull it out here, and you guys can all have coffee, and I'll try it again. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see. We're going to go back into closed session, but I have 2 more things. Oh, the barbershop. It was great. The Madrigals are great. We've seen the Madrigals, then we've seen the Madrigals here and saw the Madrigals there. The kids saw holiday programs. We've all done that. But it was great to see the Madrigals the other night. It was nice that the barbershop people funded 2 scholarships. right? So,
Plus one more.
plus one more, yes.
Mhm.
But a couple scholarship for the show choir program because they're going to New Orleans and they can use all the help they can. That which brings us to, this is a shameless plug too, the Doc Ashland Root Canal Extravaganza, Big Band Extravaganza Sunday at 3 and 6:30. And we're trying to do the same thing, is to help fund at least a scholarship. We're going to split with the food pantry lady said that she would be more than glad to split funding with the show choir. So our goal is to do both, is to have both. So if you're doing something on Sunday afternoon, cancel it and still come anyway. No, but I mean, all kidding aside. 3 and 6:30 at St. James, big band playing Christmas music. We have a DHS player in the band, actually. So looking forward to a very talented saxophone player who may replace me. So we look forward to that. We will be taking no action except for student discipline. We're going to go back into closed session. And with that, happy holidays and enjoy yourselves. Thank you all for coming this evening. Go home.